So here's the badge here. I'm passing over to the stud.
Call me a stud. Oh, that's a nice thing you said all year to me. No, this is absolute rubbish. Okay, so much head noise,
Okay, week 5. So we're in week 5 of our 13-week challenge, and we're getting to a point where we're just a little bit stressed.
Not a little, a lot. I think we're at the point where, I know it's gross to say, but I didn't shower a few times last week because I was so stressed and I just slept in the same clothes and I didn't eat. And I was just freaking out because we have so much to do, and I know we've put this on ourselves. We've set ourselves up for this challenge, and I guess we're just trying to juggle so many different things. And a little spanner in the works is we're actually now going to Europe in 2 weeks, which is wild, and you're probably going, why on earth would you go to Europe in the middle of a challenge, right?
It would be so silly to do that to yourselves. The original plan was actually later on, after the challenge had finished, but it's kind of been brought forward unexpectedly. So we're just gonna roll with the punches.
And we're gonna try and manage it from afar, but basically we're working super hard now to set our trades up for a win while we're not here and to allow the project to continue. But we shall see how we go. But yeah, we're just little stressed little chickens running around. Yeah, it's just all chaotic.
Jack manned the fort so well on the first week, we thought we would give him some more alone time and ownership over this project. So we're actually going to go away again.
Yeah, no. For how long though?
2 weeks.
No, you're joking. I've gone over 3. You told me 2. Nathan, you told me 2.
2 plus 4 days.
That's fine.
Okay,
there's weekends in there. 15 days without us.
3 weeks in the middle of the project. And this is meant to be rushed.
He's not going to be able to survive without us, are you?
Well, no, it's because you're running the whole thing. So like, you can't just leave me here and then you're going to come back. I know it's going to happen. You're going to come back and you're going to be like, well, why is not everything done? I'm going to be like, because you guys were running and then you left.
Well, then that will be our fault.
But also,
now I'm getting stressed.
So our challenge house is going to be a little bit neglected this week, but there is gyprockers and electricians finishing off all the roughings. This week is a little bit different. We're actually at our project called Millie, and we're just finishing off the landscaping and then final touch-ups inside. So I'll show you a little bit what we're doing today.
I'm back in the office in the house and they're just out the front doing the landscaping. Well, actually they're not doing the landscaping. I can still hear them doing, I don't know, the transitions or the TikToks or whatever. And it's probably costing us like $200 an hour for that content. But anyway, I'm glad that they're having fun, you know, bright and early this morning. Charlotte just called me and I could hear her from my desk and I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? She's like, can you bring the car keys? And I was like, oh, okay. And I come and she goes, can you go and get the gimbal from the car? And I'm like, what, did you just take me away from my work to go and get you a gimbal? Because I don't know, it's maybe 11 o'clock and the boys are still working on their transitions. What am I paying you boys for? Seriously. Apparently my job's not important. I'm just a servant for this one.
Okay, thanks for the gimbal.
You're welcome.
Now we're filming pros. What is this fit?
I was watching for a little while, but now I must get back to work. Didn't need the gimbal after all.
So a little tip, if you are working with old houses, make sure you include in your budget lots of money for framing timber, even when you don't think you'll need it. Isn't that right?
Going away.
Well, it's fine, but you guys
look, we're just trying to make our little project fun.
Well, I'm feeling incredibly stressed, so I don't know how about you.
I can't do anything, but Charlotte wants to paint, and then she's like telling me she's gone away, and so she can't paint. So I'm like, what do you want me to do?
You can do stuff, there's so much.
We want to be super real when it comes to this challenge, and I guess this is reality, this is our real life. And so we are going to Europe, and while we are a little stressed now, we are so grateful for this opportunity, and we know that traveling is such a luxury. And so we are going to have the best time, and we're going to take you on that journey as well. But in the meantime, we are going to hustle and work our little butts off so that it all can go as smoothly as possible.
And we're grateful for Jack and the team to hold the fort down back at home.
Honestly, they're the real heroes because they have been so great with us. At first we were in Bali, now we're going to Europe.
And we thought 5 a.m. calls would be bad, but I think we're looking more at like the 3 a.m. Calls, so that will be fun.
So we're going to leave our phones on all night, and we said to the boys, call us at any time. We are the ones going on holidays, so you can ruin it.
Call Charlotte at any time because Madeline won't answer.
She definitely won't answer.
Let's just say the only time I call Madeline is if Charlotte doesn't pick up for about the 10th call. Then I'll try Madeline. Yeah, that's the only
Where's the
time.
microphone? because what they're talking about is not my job. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
So remember when Madeline said we need sunshine?
See, I'm not allowed to talk ever. Honestly, I'll just better leave.
Okay. So remember when I said we needed sunshine to pick our flooring? Well, the sunshine is not here, okay? Newcastle is just a rain cloud. We have got it out in a little bit more natural light, and we're just not sure what to do. They all look good. I'm gravitating more to this one because I think it's really pretty and light, and we've never done one this light before. But
I'm not sure if there's enough warmth in it. So,
but then I'm thinking with the curtains and the rug and all the soft furnishing, maybe it'll be okay.
Decisions.
Although I have heard that Flooring Extra has a visualizing app where I think you can take a picture of the room and you can see the floorboards in the space. So maybe we do that.
Yeah, that's good.
But I don't know how to use it, but I will get back to you and see how that works. Imagine what it's going to look like with like the white walls, the window furnishing. It's going to look so nice. This is actually such a good idea. I didn't even know something like this existed.
It's so clever and quite high tech. Like it even took out the little Gyprock sheet on the ground.
I'm a fan.
Love it.
Good job, Flooring Extra.
Goal today is to gurney this wall and fingers crossed hopefully paint it. We just get rid of all the junk first and get it ready for paint.
So we are finding all these little hidden gems in here. Well, chippies anyway. Under here, this jacaranda tree. Very funky. This metal wheel that is like grown into it. And there's a wire coming out of it. Like proper grown into it. It's a bit confusing there, Chippy, isn't it? Yeah. Not sure what's happening. Anyway, I guess that's staying. Yeah. There's just stuff everywhere.
So the sun has finally come out, which meant I was able to gurney this wall this morning, and I tried to spray the wall, but the spray gun wasn't quite working. I've just gone out to buy a new spray gun, and hopefully by this afternoon I'll be able to spray this entire wall so it looks nice and fresh. Oh yeah, Jack, yeah! Oh. I know, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Whenever on the block we wanted something, like at night to take our mics, I'm like, oi, Jude, come get my mic. This week's expenses include a trade bill of $6,290, which is broken up into our plumbers and also a little bit of carpentry. Then for our materials, we only spent $158 because majority of the week we spent at our other property. So in total for week 5, we spent $6,044. Our grand total for the last 5 weeks of the project is $48,858. Okay, ready? Gosh, focus.
I need some content. I need
Okay,
some.
I've never done that.
Do the whole like, Matt. Oh, that's for singing, eh? Composure. I mean, action.
It is a crazy day on site today. We have lots happening. We have the Gyprockers here, and we also have the kitchen removalists, and they are currently, as you can see behind me, trying to get the kitchen in the house. But the Gyprockers came a little bit late. They were meant to be here 2 days ago, so they kind of are clashing at the moment, but that's okay. We're making do. We're filling up our garage full of stuff, and we're just trying to hide it in rooms that aren't getting fully Gyprocked.
So the plan is we're going to call Jack and say, hey, how do you feel about coming at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to build some bulkheads so that we can put the wardrobes exactly where they need to be and so they're not in the way of the Gyprockers? Do we think it's going to work?
Why doesn't he just come now?
Yeah, we'll ring him. Let's see what he has to say.
He was also in a bad mood this afternoon, so we'll see.
These kitchen and wardrobes are humongous, and there are so many of them.
And we probably shouldn't have got them on the same day as Gyprocking.
Imagine dinner, hanging out with your favourite people.
I'll owe you a favour.
Just no, I don't know yet.
I kind of underestimated how much there was. I was thinking it's a small kitchen, it's a small house, but those wardrobes are huge. But it makes sense, they're like 2.5 meters tall. I wasn't really expecting all of this today. I kind of was coming like, the kitchen's gonna be delivered, how good? Like I really didn't expect it to be so big. And that's on me because I ordered it. So I'm here in my pajamas and my fluffy slides. It's just not the time for wearing fluffy slides because I'm running around like sweeping and making sure everything can fit in. So we've loaded the garage and we're trying to fit the cabinets in the bedrooms and trying to figure it out. It's all a bit chaotic. We have our stone outside in the backyard, which is fine for the stone. It's just not really ideal because if someone was to step on it, it would crack. Look, we're just rolling with the punches today. Bless our sweet neighbour who we've just met now. We met her son earlier and he was like, you can put stuff in our carport if you need. So we can't really get the rest of them in the house without leaving them in the living room. The Gyprockers need to be in the living room. So we're putting them in our neighbour's carport.
The boys have just finished setting and they just need to come back and sand and then do some touch up for the bulkhead later. But we also have our sliding door that is just about to arrive. So we are still on track. I'm pretty sure. I think so. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we can still do this in 13 weeks. Actually crazy what a difference Gyprock can do. Like it actually now feels like a proper house again. And I can start to see the vision of the place. But our wardrobes have also got delivered. Unfortunately, only one actually made it into the room. The others didn't quite fit. So we're gonna have to dismantle that and put them back together. So a little bit more work, but that's okay, not to stress. But that's the joys of getting wardrobes that are like 2.5 meters high. It's quite a luxury to have, but a pain in the ass. Tip, if you are keeping existing Gyprock like we are in the bedrooms, we actually got them to cover the old vents. So they're quite ugly and they date the house, but the Gyprockers can easily set over them and cover them. So it just makes a fresh finish. And we also got them to repair the corners and some of the architraves on the ceiling too, to give it a little fresh update.
We have 2 more days left on site, which is a little bit crazy because we go to Europe next week and everyone's really happy about it, as you can see. So we are running like a tight ship and we are hustling hard to make sure everything's ready
and organized for the boys. While we are away, the boys are going to finish off the kitchen and the wardrobe installation, also doing the bulkhead for both of those. So the Gyprocker will have to come back and reset those and sand. Doors, arcs, jambs, feature walls, the deck will get done, the front railing will be replaced, landscaping. Gosh, everything's going to be done when we come back. The boys have even offered to paint, which is quite beautiful. So I need to set up the spray gun and check that it works or buy a new one. Also, the floor is getting laid as well while we're away. We'll leave as a bare Gyprock shell and we'll come back to floors, paint, cupboards, and also the booth will be made. Honestly, it's great. This is the way to work, right?
I think you set up your trade, you hustle hard, and then you yeet out of here. You just go to Europe.
Which I think is actually more realistic to the people at home because most people have
everyone's doing that.
Most people have a 9-to-5 job and they can't be project managing on site every day.
So really we're doing this for you because we want to make this as realistic as possible. We're going to go and put our feet up.
And again, it's just all about having trustworthy trades, isn't that, Jack? Reliable trades.
They love us. They really love us.
Yeah, it's all for the plot.
We sound like we're having fun here, but we're extremely, extremely stressed. Don't be fooled, but it should all work out fine.
I have detailed plans of the whole month.
Whether this will happen or not is the question.
But we'll be fine.
Won't we? We'll be fine.
I'm gonna let you know, not ready to fall. And my back's against the wall. Wanna come out fast. I'm gonna come out fast.
So it looks like a little bit of a dump site out here. It looks like the previous owners were hoarders. Charlotte's been clearing out behind the shed, and I don't know what we're going to do with all that stuff. But
I knew the shed was full and I knew the garage, under the house was full, but I didn't quite realise behind the shed was also full of stuff.
and that was part of their agreement in the contract, is that they weren't going to get rid of the stuff. So now we're left to get rid of it. But you know, we're adding to the dump site with some stone and some doors, and
That's not dump, that's treasure.
it's all a bit crazy. Oh well, we're getting out of here in 2 days, so I don't know who's going to be dealing with that, but it's not going to be me. Kidding, I'll pay for it to be got rid of.
Will you?
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Happy for you.
Thanks.
Started.
Shall we take you around the rest of the house to give you a little update? Let's go.
This is our beautiful laundry. This is going to be our glorious humongo shower.
We have our linen cupboard going in here, and we have bedroom number 1, a master, which we are also building in cupboards. A beautiful little room. And then we have our other bedroom, which is much the same. It has built-in wardrobes,
A big, beautiful window.
we have a feature wall, some wall
little wall
sconces. We'll have the kitchen on this back wall, which is the exact same as how it was in the original house, an island bench. We'll have a banquet dining here with some built-in seats, and then our living room over there.
That is our updated house tour.
And don't mind the attire, it's very cold, so I needed some socks and an extra jumper. I'm really in my fashion era.
When will she learn to wear steel caps to work?
Never. But yeah, sorry, this is just not the time to look fashionable, okay? Because it's just a bit stressful and everything's happening. Yeah.
So today's task is to build our dining booth. So let's come along and see what we get up to.
I'm about to go in and pick up some wall sconces for our bathroom, which is exciting. And then I'm going back to site because Charlotte and Jack are building our bench top and putting in our kitchen cabinets, and it's all starting to feel really real. When these things happen, it's like I can actually envision us in the space. So I'm off to the lighting store, and in true Maddy fashion, I have appropriate attire. I'll show you in a second. I'm like slightly embarrassed to walk in, but hey, this is just me, I guess. Bought the fam some lunch. Wow! That looks cool.
The expenses for week 6 includes a trade bill of $14,500, which is definitely a bit more expensive than past weeks, but a big chunk of that included our gyprocking bill, our delivery of our kitchen, and also some carpentry work. And then for materials, we spent $1,200. The total for week 6 is $15,823, which brings us to a grand total for the entire project for the last 6 weeks to $64,681. So seeing that we're nearly halfway through the entire project, I did some rough calculations last night on what we've already spent and what's still to come. Our initial budget prediction was $217,000. So we've already spent $64,000, and my predictions are that we're going to spend another $140-ish thousand. Fingers crossed, with how we're tracking so far, we should roughly have $12,000 at the end of the project, if all goes according to plan.
It is all happening around here, but we've got to go and pack. We've got important stuff to do.
So next week, we'll see you from Europe.
Bye.